The reason why Zhao Zhou was rejected was actually Jiang Ming deliberately played a trick. He himself is the sales director of a fraudulent fund. Just like those thunderous P2P, his job is to do everything possible to fool those who don't understand and invest in what they call a fund. But in fact, none of these funds make money, and as long as they invest, they are doomed to lose money, and don't even want to get back a penny. At the beginning, Charlie's mother-in-law Elaine was cheated by this kind of fund company. As long as the money entered their company's account, it would be impossible to ask for it again. However, what he wants to do today is not to let them invest in their own funds, but to trick them into giving the money to himself, and pretend to invest in the funds for them, so that he can save his life with their money first. As soon as Zhao Zhou heard this, he was so anxious that he was almost crying. He was already madly poor and wanted to make money. He thought that Jiang Ming could bring himself to make money, but he did not expect that he had too little capital. So he could only plead, "Brother Jiang Ming, please, help brother, otherwise your brother really doesn't know what to do. My life has failed like this. You can't let me say anything. My girlfriend left me." Seeing that this man had already taken the bait, Jiang Ming continued acting and said, "Brother, it's not that I don't want to help you. The point is that your capital is too small and it's not easy to operate." As he said, he seemed to remember something, and his eyes lit up. "By the way, I have a way to help you." Zhao Zhou hurriedly asked, "What can be done?" "Jiang Ming brother, please speak up." Jiang Ming hurriedly said, "That's right. I know some friends who engage in online loans. As long as you provide an ID card, they can lend you a sum of money. Although each is not much, if you borrow more platforms, you can still make up enough for a batch. I guess you can borrow 4 or 500,000, plus your hundreds of thousands, and you have to make up at least 600,000. If this 600,000 is put into the fund, it will take a week. Doubling is not a problem." As soon as Zhao Zhou heard this, he choked with excitement. "Brother Jiang Ming, then do as you said. Could you please introduce me the way to introduce online loans?" Jiang Ming smiled and said, "I'll push several loan platform apps to you later." Zhao Zhou said excitedly, "Brother Jiang Ming, I really don't know how to thank you anymore. You are my benefactor of reinvention, and my second parent. He is an orphan and never went to school. He is illiterate." He finally found a second-hand girlfriend. Seeing that he was married, his mother-in-law in the future would not let go. Life was almost desperate. Therefore, he really had no choice but to pin all his hopes on Jiang Ming. Jiang Ming saw his mentality right, and prepared to cheat him on a big wave. First let him borrow a few hundred thousands everywhere, and then put his own hundreds of thousands together. In this case, with one person can solve the 600,000 funding gap for himself. If he can pit two such people, he can basically solve this problem. As for this Zhao Zhou, will he be rushed to death by the major online lending platforms in the future? It has nothing to do with him. Who makes this silly bird not mindful? It deserves to be pitted. At this time, a few friends in the orphanage heard that 600,000 would double in a week, and they were all moved. Someone said, "Brother Jiang Ming, can you take me with you for this kind of thing?" Jiang Ming said seriously, "As long as you can get a bargaining chip, this matter can bring you money together. If you can't get a bargaining chip, then learn from Zhao Zhou, and then first borrow from some online lending platforms. After a lot of money is paid out, and after a big profit, the money is returned. This is called borrowing chicken to lay eggs." When the man heard this, he blurted out, "Brother Jiang Ming, count me, count me." Aunt Lena has not spoken, but when she hears this, she can't help but say with some worry, "Jiang Ming, now TV stations have exposed a lot of high-interest online lending platforms. Their profitable interest is really scary. I think it's better not to touch it as a last resort." Jiang Ming did not expect that Aunt Lena would come out to spoil his good deeds, and immediately said, "Aunt Lena, the platforms you mentioned are indeed very high, but the platforms my friends operate are all very formal, and the interest is not so high. Compared with the income of my fund, that point of interest is almost negligible." After a pause, Jiang Ming said again, "Actually, under normal circumstances, I don't want to do this kind of thing. It is thankless and not very interesting, but it seems that everyone is a small partner who grew up in the orphanage before. I really can't bear to watch them continue to suffer from poverty, so if I can help, I should." Zhao Zhou hurriedly blurted out, "Brother Zhang Ming, you don't need to worry about other things. You just push all those loan apps to me. I will take the loan immediately, and then we will give it to you in a unified way." Charlie, who has not spoken, looked at Zhang Ming at this time and asked with interest, "Zhang Ming, you just said that you work for a company under the White family, but as far as I know, it seems that the White family has not done any fund business?" Zhang Ming's face changed slightly, and he blurted out, "Charlie, it's not that I despise you. The White family is big and has a wide range of business. There is no money that people don't transfer. Do you know a shit?" Charlie didn't get angry either, and asked with a smile, "Then what's your company name?" Zhang Ming blurted out, "My company is called Harley Insurance Fund Investment and Wealth Management Company." With that said, Zhang Ming immediately took out his business card. In addition to his company's name, Zhang Ming's position was printed on it: Investment Director.